Hello guys, today I'm gonna talk about what we did today in class, right? So basically we have a writing assignment, right? We have a writing assignment. And what is our topic, what is our context? Is this reading that says there is, of course, no legitimate branch of science that enables us to predict the future accurately. Yet, the degree of change in the world is so overwhelming and so promising that the future, I believe, is far brighter than anyone has contemplated since the end of the Second World War. This is an excerpt adapted from Alan E. Goodman, A Brief History of the Future, the United States in a Changing World Order. And we have a question. Is the world changing for the better? And the answer has to be a complete yes or a complete no. Remember, with this kind of essays, answers that are in the middle, if you answer with an it depends, then that means that you didn't actually answer the question. So you have to pick one. If you cannot pick an affirmative answer or a negative answer, you can just toss a coin, and that works for me. Major decisions in my life have been made with the toss of a coin. So that is the question. So here I can show you the two ways to actually create meaningful essays. We can have the deductive essay and we can have the inductive essay. What is the difference? The only difference is how we group things. In the deductive essay, we have a group, like a paragraph, right, that's gonna have all the problems, problem A, problem B, and problem C. Then we can have a group or a paragraph again of causes, right? So we can have the cause of problem A, the cause of problem B, and the cause of problem C. And then we can propose solutions, or we can say something about these problems or these causes, as in the solution A, solution B, and solution C. You can talk about different things. You can talk about consequences, right? So consequence A, consequence B, consequence C. That is up to you. And then in your conclusion, you just state what you already said, right? That's it. Now the introduction. The first thing you should do is to answer the question. You have to answer the question. So what is the question? Is the world changing for the better? So I have to answer yes, I believe the world is changing for the better because blah 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 blah, or I believe that the world is not changing for the better because blah blah blah. And after we answer the question, we identify our subjects, our subtopics. What are we gonna talk about? Am I gonna talk about like the progress in education, the progress in technology, the progress in the internet, the progress in relationships, the progress in what, right? In what, in about what topics am I gonna base my arguments on? Then we have the situation. We have to identify our context, and we may or may not have a complication. All right. The important thing is to answer the question, to identify the subtopics, and to identify the situation. Now, in the body, paragraph 1 will focus answering one question. Probably you're gonna say why. Like the first question that comes to my mind is why. So the first paragraph is going to focus on answering one thing only. Paragraph 2 is gonna focus on answering another question, and paragraph 3 is gonna focus on answering another question. So for example, I can say yes, we are living in a very well developed world. Everything is great, so I believe we are improving our lives. And as we can see that there were issues with healthcare, we can see that there were issues with education, and we can see that there were issues with food production, and these were the problems, right? So I have the problems. These were the problems. That's paragraph 1. These were the problems that we faced. For paragraph 2, we can say, okay, so in education and in healthcare, there were radical ideas that we wouldn't be able to solve these issues because the causes are so big, because of something that was mentioned in class, right? So because of overpopulation and blah blah blah. And in paragraph 3, I can just answer why, right? I can just answer why and how, in a sense of, so technology has helped food production with the improvement of machinery and fertilizers, right? Or we can say education now faces different challenges, but we have technologies like, I don't know, like Zoom and Edmodo and all the things, right? And that's it. So we group the things that we group the concepts in a paragraph of problems, a paragraph of issues, a paragraph of causes, or a paragraph of general causes, and a paragraph of solutions, or a paragraph or consequences. All right, and the conclusion is just basically to sum up in conclusion. That is it. There is not much to it. When we are in an inductive essay, things change a little bit. The introduction stays the same. We have a question, we answer the question, we identify our subtopics, and we identify the situation with our context, and we may or may not have a complication. That's the same, but the body changes. Instead of focusing on all the problems, I start talking about a single topic. All right, so I can say, yes, education is improved so much by new technologies, and we can have I don't know, we have the most literate generation of all mankind because of these developments. And the problems that we faced were I don't know, that education was expensive, and we improved that. And each paragraph is gonna have like its own like tiny introduction, tiny body, and tiny conclusion, right? So you have to talk about a topic completely. So here I would talk only about education, right? So you talk about the problems education had, you talk about the causes these problems faced, and the solutions that were proposed, or the consequences that happened. All right, so that's one paragraph. The next paragraph is gonna be about, I don't know, maybe healthcare, right? So the issues, yeah, healthcare is expensive. Development in technology has allowed us to make it cheaper, or so on. So you focus on topics, and you fully develop the topic in that paragraph. You can divide it into one or two paragraphs, of course, but the idea is that instead of just grouping things into problems, causes, and solutions, you group things by topics. So you group the topic A, and inside that grouping you have problem A, the cause of problem A, and the consequence or the solution of problem A. The next paragraph or the next section is going to be about topic B, and the next section is going to be about topic C, in the same manner. All right, you can have more topics, of course, but that's the general idea. Now for the conclusion is going to be the same. We're going to have to sum up in conclusion, and we have to just repeat the ideas in short, like we have to summarize. All right, that is it. That is everything we were working on today, and please work on your writings. All right, and I hope I wish you good luck. You shouldn't take too long writing it. If you take more than like 40 minutes or 45 minutes writing it, it means that maybe the process is wrong at some point. All right, you shouldn't take too long. I hope you have a nice day, a nice afternoon, a nice night. All right, and see you guys next class.